Part 3. Alrighty, we have quite a bit of gear. I did some off-camera grinding, like I said I was going to. We left off at level 10. I'm level 14 now. I've just been putting points into Vitality. I have yet to go on my other Fishymancer and get the numbers and figure out what I need for Strength and Dexterity, and then I can just keep investing in Vitality and so on and so forth. So I think my Vitality is actually good for my levels right now. So I think after... I'll save my points up just so after this video I can spec into them properly. It depends on how many times I level up. And then we have more into skeletons. We can have 6 now. We have points into golem now. And I think that was it. Yes, I've just been investing in that, and I ended up getting golem just for another member of the party and just a off tank, because it's always handy to have that. And on the Fishymancer guide, it did say that it's good to have the golem for bosses. So that's where we're at. I ended up getting, I think, a better cap. Yes, I got a yellow cap. I think I got a better amulet. I socketed my ring mail. I had that head. I think I got a better ring. And I think, okay, that wand I already had. So yes, I think it's just the cap and the amulet and that ring that I got of different gears. So that's just where we're sitting at currently.
Good day.
The XP drop-off is quite severe for the Tristram runs. It says to do up to level 15, but it was fairly slow. I just did a run before I turned the video on, and I just didn't... It felt like it was just going to be a long, boring grind just for another level when I can do a quest and get way more. Like, I think just getting to the Countess herself, I'll probably get level 15, so we're just going to do that. I got a good position for my microphone. I turned the game volume down a little bit. I noticed that in the last video it was a little loud. And I turned my mic up 1 and my game volume down 2, so hopefully it'll be better levels. So, oh, we want to get our golem right away. We want to build our army. Perfect. Oh, yes, we want to go over here. A lot of guys over here. Perfect. There. There, we have a full army. So now we just let my skeletons do all the work. Also, too, I'd like to take the time to say thank you to all you guys. My channels, this is probably some of the best my channel's been doing in a few years. Just the views are pretty consistent. I'm not having days where I get no views sometimes anymore, so I really appreciate you guys. I got another sub, too. So if you're watching, if you're the sub, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate every single sub that I get. I try to be better with the requests as well. I try to fulfill the requests, if I'm able to do it, that you guys suggest. Oh, we can get those identified for free from Deckard. No. We don't need that. We can sell that, though. Because I don't do any attacking. Not anymore, so I don't really need strength. Ooh, Preserved Head. That might have skills onto it. Wonder Rate. Oh, damn! That one only... I'd rather give up Corpse Explosion and have Raise Skeleton. Yes, please. So we'll unbind Corpse Explosion, because I don't have it. Did I just unbind it? What does it do? Oh, I think I can fix it. So we'll bind that to circle, and then we'll bind it to square. Perfect. I just want my hotbar to look cleaner. Oh my god, an XP shrine. Thank you. So can we get 7 skeletons now, or... Okay, my skeletons are just stronger. We're not going to complain about that, though. I like to sometimes resummon when I get a +1 to another thing. I don't know if that actually does anything. I want to feel that it upgrades the skeletons as they're on the field, but I don't think it does, so I always like to resummon. Those shamans out of here, that's what you always want to focus on. So yeah, like I mentioned, I think in the last video, or I think maybe the intro, like this is all you do after you get a decent sized army. You just sit back and make the job easier for them. You just cast and they put in the work. Especially since you're maxing out skeletons. That's your first skill that you're maxing. That's a pretty big deal. One to dexterity. So we'll find, I think we'll find the Countess castle first, and then we'll go back to town. Just do a quick sell. Oh, we got named. And they get a shared XP pool with all the other Bloodhawks around. You may notice with my potions, it's just a strategy that I do. It's once I see new potions on the ground, I always just take the D-pad and I just go up and down. I just circle, do a circle on the D-pad, and I use up potions and I pick up new ones. It's kind of a nice reflex to get yourself into, so then you're never really low on anything. Like, you can keep your mana and your health up, as long as you have them in the appropriate spots, of course. If you just have health potions or just have mana potions, then depending on what you're playing, it's going to affect it. So if you're a necromancer or a druid, even an assassin maybe, and a boazon, I think just every character is kind of mana based at some point. Every character is kind of balanced for mana and health usage. So you're going to want both potions all the time. But yeah, you just do a circle on the D-pad and keep your potions always potioned up. Do I have town portals? I can get one. And you never want extra town portals either, because then it goes on your hotbar and sometimes you use it by accident, and if you're picking up loot, then you'll accidentally travel to town. And although that sounds well and good, it depends on where you are. You could get stuck. Like, you could use a teleport by accident, and then the enemies will wait at the teleport for you, and then when you come through, you could get killed, depending on the difficulty. I would think probably on hell mode that would happen. It would be more dangerous on hell mode, so... I just hate when that happens sometimes. You're just like, oh, I'm using my potions, and then, boop, a teleport comes up. So I was like, what the fuck? I didn't mean to do that. Not a lot of named enemies here. But we're still looking for the Countess castle anyway, so we're not wasting any time here. There we go. We found it. That was quick. I almost just gouged myself in the eye. I went to look something on the floor and the straw was like right there. That could have been very painful. But good audio. So, we will go to town.
Hello.
Decker, we don't need any of that stuff, so we'll actually go to Akara and see if she is selling any wands that we want. The corpse explosion is nice, but again, I don't need it, right? Like, I'll end up getting corpse explosion later down the line anyway. my skeletons get the job done. I have one to skeleton and one to mastery, so if I can get a wand that has those two, it may be something else, then we're golden. But I doubt that she'll have it. In Act 2, I might get more lucky with the things, but doesn't seem like we're going to get that here. Alright. So I just did a little bit of a cut there. I just want to kind of start experimenting more and just getting more in-depth with editing, so... Or not more in-depth, but, I want to edit more. I don't want to have just a lot of dead moments. It's only like a couple of seconds, but again, I just want to kind of do it for my own sake. Have my videos get more to the point, you know what I mean? What are the scrolls looking like? Yeah, we can pick up one. See, I think we'll cap this video off just getting to the next act. And once we finish this playthrough, I might have the Fury Werewolf Druid started, or I will just finish that and then just keep that kind of on the back burner for uploading, and then when I do a playthrough of another game, which I'm thinking I might do like a classic game, I might just do that on my own volition. Again, you guys always, just, if you want to see a classic game, that's on the PlayStation Premium, because I do have that. Feel free to leave a comment, and I'll try it out, you know? And it's most likely going to be a blind playthrough, so... Depends on what game it is. Even if it's a game I've played, it's just like, if it's not on the channel, so... I'll still play it. What the... Look at that. A yellow preserved head. Okay. What has it got? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that is very good. It's the resistances that are really good. That'll be good for Duriel if he manages to break my skeletons, because he has cold on hit. Faster block rate's nice. 10 increased chance of blocking, so I have a third chance to block. Poison damage, which isn't anything, because unless my skeletons inherit that damage. And it repairs its durability. Let's see how far the skeletons drop if I take that off. So, life 144, 230. So we just want to focus on life and damage. 77 and 144. Okay, let's take that off. Okay, 10 points. Okay, so 10 points off life and 7 off damage. That's not terrible. It's the resistances that I really like. What are my resistances? Yeah, my resistances are mad low. I don't really care about the skeleton. I mean, I do, but I'll put that point back in anyway, the next level. So that's not going to matter. It would be nice to find a 2-socket ring mail. Then I can increase my magic find by, I think, another 8%. So that increased magic find on my armor definitely helped with finding that preserved head. The Countess also is good for farming runes as well. I haven't tried farming her consistently on Hell because I just defeated her on my Fury Werewolf, so I might do that after a couple of videos. I might do another video after this just to get the introduction of Act 2 out of the way. and it'll likely be a cutscene, a video after we clear Act 1 as well. I think they might have just cut the... I think after you've played it a couple times, I think it's like Diablo 3 where you don't have to play the tutorial after a little bit. Yeah, my resistances. The fire resist and the cold resist. I'd say the cold resist is the one that you want to definitely protect yourself against the most, or you want to build up. Because as you've seen in a couple of kills, that they cast a blue aura when, or not, yeah, it's like a blue nova. That's the word, not aura. A blue, like, nova when they die. And that is very, very, very dangerous if you don't have a good cold resist, especially on Hell and Nightmare. Nightmare is very doable. Your charms and everything can boost you up. But Hell, I don't know how far they dropped the resistances for Hell, but my druid had good resistances, and when I went into Hell, I had like all negative, like negative 30s and 40s and shit. It was crazy how much it drops in Hell mode, but that's why it's not called Hell for no reason, right? See, I think it's just with my mic, if I get it in like a good position, I just make sure it stays there. Because the cord, I don't have to move the cord like around. It's generally, I have to kind of mess with it at the base where it hooks into, or where it plugs into the mic. So as it pains me to think, it sounds like it might be the mic issue itself, just because I was unplugging it and plugging it in so much. Like, literally after every video, I would unplug it. And I did, all through my Control playthrough, and my Diablo build videos that I did, I think, almost a year ago now. I would just always unplug it, so I think I might have fucked it on my own. Just not thinking. But fortunately, the Yeti mics go on sale often, and that's likely because they're probably making another version of the mic, so that's fine with me. I love the Yeti mic. Okay, Neff, Ith, and Ral. Those runes are useful to me. I will be making rune words when I'm able to, for sure.
Treasure finding? Yes.
Ring mail. Oh, it's not socketed though. Waste my time with that. Poison resist. What's my lightning resist? 11. Yeah, lightning resist is good to have too. Lightning resist we're gonna need because Act 2 has beetles that give off lightning when you hit them, so I want to start increasing my lightning resist before I get into anywhere close to there. Preserved head, don't need it. Kill that devilkin. Okay, so we can just teleport out of here. Okay, so I came back to this point because I was in town for a long time, so I just decided to edit that out. Nothing important was going on. I did manage to buy a better wand, though. I had a wand that had 1 to Skeleton Mastery and 1 to Raise Skeleton. This one I found has 2 to Raise Skeleton, 1 to Mastery, and 1 to Dim Vision. So the 1 Skeleton... What did I have? I think this had the Skeleton... This had the Skeleton Mastery, I think. No, this had 1 to Skeleton, excuse me. That had 1 to Raise Skeleton. The previous Demon Head I had. I traded that, and I mentioned I was going to get my point back. Well, I ended up getting it back in the wand. So, we ended up getting our lost point after all. So the trade was much worth it. That's why we pick up everything and we sell it. Because you get opportunities like that and you can just jump on it. Instead of just having to rely on solely found gear. And now that I mention it, with all these like other caves and stuff, I might just save Andariel for the 4th video. Because I forgot about all these little caves that you definitely want to go through. Actually, I'm only going to do this to level 15 because you want to be like level 15 when you face Andariel, so... Because I don't want this playthrough to be a century long. Even though it's not going to be a long playthrough in general anyway. So once this guy gets buffed enough, this Fishy-mancer here, once you start getting rune words and shit, the game's on easy mode after that. Like, you saw a little bit of it in the boss showcase video, but it's going to be different. It's going to be a much different experience when you see me playing it in real time, instead of having a already buffed up, juiced character. You guys have been with me through the whole process. That's why I kind of wanted to do that. Or to do a playthrough of this. So you could see just how strong you eventually end up getting. Like, I'm much more built up than I was from when we started. Like, from level 0 to 15, which I'm about to get, it's crazy. The growth the characters get. I might do a multi-shot Boazon as well, because I find that character was very fun to play. And you can get a really good rune word for her early on. That once I managed to make that myself, the game got so much easier. And you get a another mercenary on the field, which is the Valkyrie. Instead of just having your mercenary up in the top left, you end up getting another one that you can summon, who is an amazing off-tank. I would say almost better than the Druid's Bear. I'm on level 15. You're creeping. I'm just doing these caves until I get 15 and then we're out. And you want to kill these named enemies because you could get a lot of good loot. Also pay attention to your party and where they're at, because if your skeletons just say are behind this rock, and sometimes they just don't move, and then you just saw what I had here, I had bodies on the opposite side of the rock, then you just resummon skeletons. Basically repositioning them. The Druid is very important to do that with when it comes to summoning the bear, because as I've been mentioning like crazy, in off-tanks, which is basically my golem for this character, is you want something that can absorb a good amount of damage, and the golem does that very efficiently. And your mercenary does once you get to Act 2, because I'm going to have to ditch old girl here once I get to Act 2. Just because for this build, the mercenary is more efficient. I found for all the builds that I played, you always use the mercenary. Some people like to use the knight from Act 3. I don't know who the hell's your mercenary in Act 4. I know Act 5 I think's a barbarian. And always make sure you take gear off of a mercenary if you're going to replace them. Because if there's like a certain armor piece or something that you want to keep, you can lose it if you do a replacement. So, we're not going to need health. We're going to keep our points there until I figure out my points that I'm going to need. Oh, 7 skeletons, absolutely. We just need to find a body. Come here.
I am overwhelmed.
Fill that. I want that emerald. We gotta make a town run. I get to... Okay, I'm in the Black Marsh. So I need to go to the Tamo Highland is where I need to go. I was a little confused. And it's up here. We don't need to spend time grinding here anymore. Basically 10 to 15 you want to do in Tristram and maybe a couple of caves like I did. Because like I mentioned, the Tristram kind of gets a little monotonous and whatnot. And the XP starts to get lower. So yeah, once you're 15 you can go fight the M boss. So I looked at the time. I think we will end the video here once I sell everything. Actually, we're gonna go to Charcy and see if she has any maybe better ring mail or... Because a 2-socket ring mail would be much better than what I'm wearing because they increase my magic find. Okay, those boots only have lightning resist, so that's fine. My belt's yellow. That's another thing I got. I got a yellow sash as well. I wasn't sure if that's what I got. So. No ring mails. But that has light radius. What's this ring do? Maximum damage? We don't need that. Then we deposit our gold as always. And our gem. Sort. Oh, it's already sorted to what it is. Alright, so we will continue the video when we are on our way to the Tamo Highland. And we will be taking care of the first act boss in the next video. Hope you guys liked the video. Hope you... Wait, I did my outro wrong. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Hit the subscribe if you liked the video also. I'll see you guys.